Hi guys, it's Alti, and today I'm here with the first episode of my Fallout New Vegas modded playthrough. So I've been working on this video idea for a couple of weeks now. It started out in Fallout 4, but that didn't end up working. So I moved over to New Vegas, and up until a couple of days ago it was working great, but then the game started to crash and eventually it became unlaunchable. So luckily we've got it working today and we're going to give it a go. You're probably asking a pretty good question, what mods do we have loaded? So let's take a look. Starting off, and what this playthrough is going to be based around, is the JSawyer mod. So the one I've got installed right here is actually a remake of the original. JSawyer is, or was, the lead developer on New Vegas. This mod has actually been made by the author Push the Win Button, and pretty much it's the exact same thing. It's just I couldn't get the original to work with my game, so I've downloaded this. It's going to make it a bit harder. It's done some things like reduce the carry limit, added some new perks, and tweaked a couple of the gameplay things so that it just makes it a little bit harder, and that's kind of what I'm looking for in this playthrough. We're going to be playing very hardcore, so it should be hopefully a little bit trickier with this mod. And then to support that, we've got the, I don't know how to say this, it's called Yup, but the actual name for it is Yukichigai unofficial patch. So that pretty much just patches some of the small issues the game has. That helps the JSawyer mod a bit. Then to also work with that, we've got the mod configuration menu. When we get in game, you'll get to see a bit of this. It'll allow us to tweak some of the features. I can turn off some stuff I don't want. I can change some of the values that are given to certain aspects of the game. In the background too, we've got the New Vegas script extender, so you're not actually going to get to see that, but that's helping out a lot of the mods I've got installed here. It's pretty basic. Most people will have it installed if they're modding, and that's just going to be working in the background to bring out some more capabilities of these mods. Next up, we've got Nevada Skies. A lot of people again have this one installed, and what it does is it changes both your sky and your weather. It adds some stuff like radiation storms. I didn't expect it to make as big a difference as it does. It changes up the atmosphere of the game quite a bit actually. Probably our third biggest mod here is Bottle That Water mod by Lfox. What this does is it allows you to, when you drink water, it takes the empty bottle, so if it was a dirty bottle of water or a purified bottle of water, it still drops the same item, but it puts a empty bottle of water into your inventory, and then you can go up to fountains and actually fill that back up. So hopefully that's going to help us out a lot with the H2O aspect of the game. If we get dehydrated, that can cause damage to our health, so that's going to help us out a lot there. Our fourth mod is the No Gore mod by HGL. What this does is it doesn't remove any of the gore in the environment, any of the actual aspects of the environment and the models within it, but it eliminates the ability for people to become dismembered. I just didn't feel like we needed that, so I decided to knock that off with the No Gore mod. After that, we've got the Delay DLC and Tutorial Killer. These both have kind of a similar feature. In the Delay DLC, just delays the messages at the start of the game. You actually have to find radio signals for the DLC. I just didn't want to be clicking through all of that, as I wasn't going to really be going after the DLC aspects in this playthrough. And then Tutorial Killer knocks off all of the tutorials at the start of the game, because I pretty much know how to play the game. There are a few buttons I might not know what to press, and I might have to look at that, but I don't really need to know that I need to drink water or press V for VATS. So we've knocked that off with Tutorial Killer. And then pretty much all that's left is just some different plugins. I think this is the only one I haven't talked about. So there's the JIP-LN NVS plugin. It just assists with, I believe it's JSawyer, it might be Nevada Skies though. And then also in the background, just like New Vegas script extender, we've got the 4 GB patch. I'm not quite sure who the author of that is, but there'll be a link in the description, and that's just allowing us to run everything a little bit easier. When I was having problems with New Vegas running a couple of days ago, that ended up fixing it, so we've got that. Anyway guys, that's the mods we're going to be running in this video and the following ones. I'll update you if I do add anything else in, but let's get into the video.
Gore never changes. When atomic fire consumed the Earth, those who survived did so in great underground vaults. When they opened, their inhabitants set out across the ruins of the old world to build new societies, establishing villages, forming tribes. As decades passed, what had been the American Southwest united beneath the flag of the new California Republic, dedicated to old world values of democracy and the rule of law. As the Republic grew, so did its needs. Scouts spread east, seeking territory and wealth in the dry and merciless expanse of the Mojave Desert. They returned with tales of a city untouched by the warheads that had scorched the rest of the world, and a great wall spanning the Colorado River. The NCR mobilized its army and sent it east to occupy Hoover Dam and restore it to working condition. But across the Colorado, another society had arisen under a different flag. A vast army of slaves forged from the conquest of 86 tribes, Caesar's Legion. 4 years have passed since the Republic held the dam, just barely, against the Legion's onslaught. The Legion did not retreat. Across the river, it gathers strength. Campfires burn, training drums beat. Through it all, the New Vegas Strip has stayed open for business, under the control of its mysterious overseer, Mr. House, and his army of rehabilitated tribals and police robots. You are a courier, hired by the Mojave Express to deliver a package to the New Vegas Strip. What seemed like a simple delivery job has taken a turn for the worse.
You got what you were after, so pay up.
You're crying in the rain, Pally.
Guess who's waking up over here?
Time to cash out.
Will you get it over with?
Maybe cons kill people without looking them in the face. But I ain't a fink. Dig? You've made your last delivery, kid. Sorry you got twisted up in this scene. From where you're kneeling must seem like an 18-carat run of bad luck. Truth is, the game was rigged from the start.
Okay, here we go. Oh, I'm just gonna pause for one quick second. I know it's right in the middle of everything. Just gotta knock the music off. That way we don't get any issues with copyright.
You're awake. How about that? Whoa, easy there, easy. You've been out cold a couple of days now. Why don't you just relax a second? Get your bearings. Let's see what the damage is. How about your name? Can you tell me your name?
Well, I am Alti. Oh, that is not how you spell it. Here we go.
I can't say it's what I'd have picked for you, but if that's your name, that's your name. I'm Doc Nixon. Welcome to Good Springs. Now, I hope you don't mind, but I had to go rooting around there in your noggin to pull all the bits of lead out. I take pride in my needlework, but you'd better tell me if I left anything out of place.
That wasn't that second ago, was it? Okay, we'll just go through this fairly quickly. I think I'll just randomize the face until I get something close to what I'm looking for. That's not too bad. It's pretty good. Just customize it a little here. Not quite sure what I'm doing. I don't really want to mess with it too long, but do a couple of quick things. Hair is really what matters. It's not like you see your character too much anyway, but now I say we go for a real Western character here. The hair color for a sec. What's it called? I think that's it. I think it's the gentleman mustache I'm looking for. Oh, that, I think that might be it again soon. That's not bad actually. Weird. I've never noticed you can pick your eyebrows. Oh, this is probably added in by mods, isn't it? Or not the mods, the DLC. So we'll just go with the. Where's the other one? Either gonna go with that one or that one. Guess we'll pick our hair color first, and then we'll see. We can go for something like kind of ready, more brown. Like that. So we've either got man's man or gentleman. No, that looks maybe a little more Western. I'm just gonna double check my hair here, see what else there is. Pompadour is. Kind of classic, or oh no, this is the one I was thinking of. Tunnel snake. That's a reference to Fallout 3. I don't believe the tunnel snakes are in this game, but they were kind of a gang in the starting vault in Fallout 3. It's not bad, but I think I'm gonna go with the pompadour here. So how do we? There we go, back, down. This is our character.
I got most of it right anyway. Stuff that mattered. Okay. No sense keeping you in bed anymore. Let's see if we can get you on your feet. Good. Why don't you walk down to the end of the room? Over by that vigor tester machine there. Take it slow now. It ain't a race.
For this game's, I think, coming on almost 10 years old now. Something like 7. The graphics are pretty good, like Doc Mitchell's face. What we're going to do here, though, is we're just going to quickly grab anything that's got a decent weight to value ratio or anything that we might need. That is important, the doctor's bag. Blood pack, Med-X, there's some surgical tubing. We'll fill up with some 1-to-1 stuff later. Note this Birkin 9mm. We're going to come back to this in a minute. Grab the sarsaparilla. Here we go.
Looking good so far.
I really didn't want to take all of that.
Go ahead and give the vigor test.
I kind of know what I'm doing in this intro sequence. I've ran it through enough times testing out different mods and stuff, so kind of know where stuff is. Not fully. I don't think there's anything else in here. So maybe some stuff over here. Some caps over here. Any apparel or weapons are always good, especially during the early game. We really need anything we can find. In about 30 minutes in, we'll have a decent amount of ammunition and weaponry, but right now we pretty much have nothing. Now there's some cigarettes over here which are pretty valuable. We'll sell those once we get into Good Springs. I don't know why I took that plunge there. It was only worth a 1-to-1, but not fully paying attention to what I'm picking up. I'm just kind of grabbing what I think is worth something. I'm not sure if it would make a difference if you waited until you picked your perks and stuff. I wonder if that would make a difference to like what's inside the containers. I don't think it would make a big difference, but it might. Oh, one thing that is kind of weird here, if we come over here, so we've just pretty much robbed him of everything he's got, but that's okay. What's not okay though, sleeping in his bed. That's not okay. You can't do that. I've always found that really weird. You can just take all Doc Mitchelson's stuff, but you can't sleep in his bed. That's not allowed. Okay, so we're gonna use the Vigor machine here to pick our perks. Now I have it on a little piece of paper here what I want to get started with. So we're gonna go for 6 strength, and we're gonna go for 5 perception, 7 endurance. So we'll pop his nails. We're gonna go for that 1 charisma, because who needs barter or speech, you know? No. Then we're gonna go for 8 intelligence. What have I got for agility? We've got 6 for agility, and then we'll drop our last 2 into luck. And just double check that. We've got 6, 5, 7, 1, 8, 6, 7. That is what we're looking for.
Must be some frontal lobe damage. Well, we know you're violent.
Did I not choose right or something?
But that don't mean them bullets.
It's not okay with my choices.
What do you say you take a seat in my couch and we go through a couple of questions? See if your dogs are still barking. All right. I'm gonna say a word. I want you to say the first thing that comes to mind.
Okay.
Dog.
I'll
House.
try and predict these. Shelter.
Night.
Dark. Bird. Dark. Dream.
Bandit.
Stout.
Light.
Dark.
Mother.
Caretaker. I've done this too
Okay.
many times.
Now I got a few statements. I want you to tell me how much they sound like something you'd say. First one. Conflict just ain't in my nature.
Kind of weird the options you're giving here. You're giving strongly agree, and no opinion. So I'm just going to go for no
I
opinion.
ain't given to
Maybe
relying
even
on
for
others for support.
No opinion.
I'm always fixing to be the center of attention.
No opinion.
I'm slow to embrace new ideas.
No opinion.
I charge in to deal with my problems head on.
No opinion.
Almost done here. What do you say you have a look at this? Tell me what you see.
That looks like a chemical
Okay.
reaction.
How about this one?
It looks like a ship at sea.
Last one.
That's a bearded man right there.
Well, that's all she wrote. I don't have nothing to compare it to, so maybe you'd better just have a look at the results. See if it all seems right to you.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that all of those things we just did there only amount to this, so we're going to change these. We are going to go with guns and melee weapons. Now, though I have a third option now I can choose here, and I haven't fully kind of decided what I want. I know I want guns and I know I want melee, but there are some other good options. Now, barter I don't think will be too useful. Energy weapons won't be. Explosives won't be. Lockpick could be. Medicine also could be. Maybe not as much as lockpick. Repair could be. Science, I usually would go for science, but on this playthrough I've gone for melee weapons, which is a little bit different. So I kind of want to use that third tag for something else. Sneak I don't really use. Speech isn't too useful. Survival's okay, and so is unarmed. But I think where I'm going to put it, I would almost put it into repair, but I'm not, and I'll explain that in a second. I'm going to drop it into lockpick. Just go done.
Before I turn you loose, I need one more thing from you. You got a form for you to fill out so I can get a sense of your medical history. Just a formality. Ain't like I expect to find you got a family history of getting shot in the head.
Okay, so we have a lot of options here, and JSawyer's mod, I believe it's JSawyer's at least, has added in a couple more. So I'm gonna just quickly look through these. Let's just see. Don't really want that. That one doesn't seem bad, but it also doesn't seem great. A lot of these have an upside and a downside. Okay, so my choices are going to be heavy-handed because we're going to do a bit of a melee, bit of a gun build here. At least that's what I'm thinking at the moment. So that allows us to do more damage with melee and unarmed, but it gives us less critical hit damage. So that one I seem to find is pretty good. And then we're also going to go with, what is it? Skilled. So this is all going to make sense in just a minute. This is the reason I didn't pick repair, because it gives us that +5 points to every skill. We lose 10% of experience gained over the course of the whole game, which, although that seems like a lot, it actually isn't much, because most tasks you get 10 experience points for, and with this perk you only get 9, so it's not a big difference over the course of the game. It's a pretty big deal, but with JSawyer's mod it's kind of balanced out already. And then we only get 2. I would kind of like to go for Wild Wasteland. It gives us some different things, some new things, and some things that are changed, but I'd prefer to go with Skilled and Heavy-Handed, and then if we have an option, choose that later, which I don't think we will. It is kind of a fun perk, but it doesn't quite make sense. It doesn't really add anything to our character.
Alright, I guess that about does it. Come with me, I'll see you out.
Okay, we are now done. So what I'm going to do, and the reason I was potentially originally going to add some points to repair, is because if you come over here, you can activate this broken 9mm submachine gun. This is what I mentioned at the start. Just checking my mic. Is still on? Okay, we're good. So pretty much you have to have 25 repair to do this, and usually you'd have to tag repair as a skill in order to pick this up, but since I chose Skilled as a perk, I can now pick it up and we'll just repair it. And the thing about that is, oh, I can't check my inventory right now, but it's worth around 100 caps, and although I'm not going to use it because it doesn't make sense, I'm just going to waste the ammunition with the submachine gun, I can sell it, and that will allow me to buy some other stuff that I might need right now or further on in the game.
Here, these are yours. It was all you had on you when you was brought in. I hope you don't mind, but I gave the note a look. I thought it might help me find a next of kin, but it was just something about a platinum chip. Well, if you're heading back out there, you ought to have this. They call it a Pip-Boy. I grew up in one of them vaults they made before the war. We all got one. Ain't much use to me now, but you might want such a thing after what you've been through. I know what it's like having something taken from you. And put this on too, so the locals don't pick on you for lacking modesty. Never was much my style anyway.
Well, thanks for patching me up.
Don't mention it. It's what I'm here for. You should talk to Sunny Smiles before you leave town. She can help you learn to fend for yourself in the desert. She'll likely be at the saloon. I reckon some of the other folks at the saloon might be able to help you out too. And the metal fella, Victor, who pulled you out of your grave. Anyway, you ever get hurt out there, you come right back. I'll fix you up. But try not to get killed anymore.
I'll try not to. So, now this is going to allow us to activate hardcore mode. It is not recommended, but that's okay. we're going to have JSawyer's mod on, which already increases the difficulty. And then on top of that, we're playing on very hard. I believe he recommended you played it on normal or hard, I think. Yeah. But we're going to be playing very hard with JSawyer's mod, and then we're also going to turn hardcore on top of that. So let's choose yes. And anyway, that is going to be the end of this episode, as we get the quest, or we completed the quest to aim that a kick in the head. Next episode, we are going to enter Good Springs. Anyway, I shall see you guys in the next video. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please be sure to subscribe, like, and comment, and I'll see you in the next video.
Thank you.